Hello and welcome to Women in Retail Talks. I'm Christina Stidham, Associate Content Editor of the Women in Retail Leadership Circle, and today I'm joined by Debbie Schulman and Ariella Weitzman, the mother-daughter duo running PlanetMotherhood. PlanetMotherhood is a maternity apparel brand offering stylish, comfortable, and fabulous maternity clothing at great prices. And the brand is sold at department stores, big box retailers, and boutiques across the globe. Ariella and Debbie, thank you so much for joining me today.
Hi.
Hi.
Thanks for having us.
So I gave a brief intro for both of you, but could you tell us each a little bit more about your backgrounds and then your roles at PlanetMotherhood?
Sure. This is Debbie, and I wanted to let you know that I started PlanetMotherhood because I was a speech pathologist and I was working on a federally funded program at a hospital. The grant fell through, and I wound up in the Garment Center by default. When I started working, I was working with my father, who had just a plain old apparel line, but I noticed there was a very big void in the maternity market. There was very little fashionable clothes for the pregnant woman. Basically, she was wearing loose clothes that looked like a muumuu. And a light went off in my head, and I said, wow, this is a great thing to do. I want to start a maternity line that's fit conscious, and I want to help pregnant women look and feel good without breaking the bank.
Hi, I'm Ariella. Growing up and listening to my mom discuss business, whether it was at the dinner table, on conference calls, seeing her go to meetings, fly out to visit her customers, certainly shaped my attitude on being a working mom. It was really not a question of if, but when I would want to either work with her or start my own company. And basically, I love seeing the flexibility and life work balance she was able to maintain by having her own company. And that was just something I knew instinctively I'd want for myself down the road. And I'm so happy I've had that opportunity to do that with her.
Awesome. And Debbie, you definitely touched on my next question about why you founded PlanetMotherhood. But can you elaborate a little bit more on what the needs were that you wanted to meet for moms to be, and then how the company has grown over the years?
Yes, I really wanted the woman to focus on her belly and how important it was to show off her growing bump. I really didn't want her to hide behind the awful clothing, and I thought fit and style and celebrating a woman's beautiful curves instead of hiding them was the way I wanted to present the line. One of the most impactful moments of starting PlanetMotherhood was learning how to scale back our production from the big box retailers and focus on the online customer. And I believe that was the best way that we could impact the growth of our overall business model.
I would just like to add that my mom is being a little modest here, but she is really a true fashionista, and she sees the trends before they even become trendy. It is really her uncanny ability to spot these details and predict upcoming styles that has kept PlanetMotherhood alive and growing and at the forefront of maternity for over 35 years. That and her business ability to see when to scale production.
That's incredible. And you have mentioned where you sell them, these big box retailers, and then scaling down. Can you name a few places where customers could find your three collections? And correct me if I'm wrong, it's PlanetMotherhood, Mom & Co., and Debbie O Maternity.
Yes, that's correct. We sell all three of those clothing lines, among other private label work, to big box retailers like Walmart and JCPenney, department and specialty stores, and random boutiques all the way across the globe, from a basic Long Island store on the main drag to a boutique in Abu Dhabi. So they're really all over. But we also have really shifted a bunch of production and sales to online with Zulily, Amazon, Gilt, flash sale sites, and we've seen a lot of success with that over the last few years. When we started with Zulily, that was probably our biggest online retailer that we tried to grow. We just had a great relationship from the get-go. A buyer named Kat came into our New York showroom, and she saw me, and she saw some pictures of me on the wall from when I had just given birth to my first child, and she said, oh, you look so great in those clothes. And I said, oh, this is my mom's line, Debbie O, and this was when I wore the PlanetMotherhood items. And she was blown away, and she's like, wow, you guys have so much capability. Let's run with this. Let's do this. And that was in 2010, right after I had had my first child, and we've been running with it ever since. And it's just been a tremendous growth opportunity. We went from running one event every couple of months on the Zulily site to pretty much running a single event every single day on their site, and it's just been fantastic.
That's incredible. And you just spoke a lot about Zulily, and I know that you have an exclusive product line that launched on their site in 2017. Can you tell us about that clothing line, why you chose to go even further with your partnership and launch an exclusive line with them?
Sure. When Zulily approached us to partner on a clothing line, we were a little apprehensive at first since it was outside of our maternity scope. But I was convinced just seeing the success we had had with our maternity items on their site and their wonderful platform that there was room for growth. And we decided to run with it. The concept was to have a size inclusive brand that met the needs of all women of all shapes and all sizes, from small to 3X, and we called the line Elliot and Vine, and we named it after the cross streets at the Zulily headquarters of Elliot and Vine. So we thought that was kind of cute and fun, and they definitely loved it. And we worked very closely with the buying team on creating new styles. We see what's driven by the data, what's trending in the market. We see what's exciting their customer in real-time sales, and we've just been running with it over the past 2 years, and it's been a tremendous success.
And that product line on Zulily, I know, is already tracking up nearly 600% over last year in sales and revenue. And you just touched a little bit on how you're utilizing the data and the insights from that to grow your brand on Zulily. Can you elaborate on that a bit further?
Sure. By partnering with Zulily, we were able to build our brand and profits in tandem. Basically, we're able to keep our costs a little bit lower and scale our business since they do a lot of the marketing and the fulfillment of our products, direct shipping to the customer. It was a great scalable model that we couldn't ourselves do in our own warehouse, so we used their third-party warehouse, Triple Z Logistics, and we were able to maximize our profits in doing it that way. And by partnering with them, we are able to use their vendor tools and access their online resources by seeing real-time analytics, seeing our inventory all online in real time as it's sold. And basically, we have seen our costly challenge of drop shipping diminish to next to nothing while we are able to build our brand simultaneously. So the fact is, while we started out as a destination for moms with Zulily, just selling maternity, we saw once their platform was growing and expanding into the women's market that we were able to jump on board with them and make this amazing petite to plus line that just grew right away. It was just like gangbusters.
That's amazing. And there other benefits that you're seeing from selling on Zulily? And maybe the Zulily line is bringing customers to your maternity brands that otherwise might not have found you guys?
Absolutely. We constantly see our customer mailing list going up with every event that we run. We have new subscriptions. We are seeing new Twitter followers. We're seeing new Instagram followers.
Lots of likes on our site. I think we're up to 5,000. I have to go check, but it really is wonderful to see the amount of people reacting to the Elliot and Vine line.
And I just think that we're able to engage our target audience a lot more predictably with the analytics that we're able to get off of the Zulily website. And by building our relationship with them, we're able to just work in tandem with their buying team across their platform to make sure we're getting the right message across to our customer, that we're producing a great product at a great price and highlighting it in the best way possible by blasting out an email to their clients, by simultaneously blasting out the email to our subscription clients, and just creating great brands that seems to be working for both of us.
Yeah, all of those capabilities on Zulily definitely sound like they're bolstering your own efforts, and the data and analytics can't hurt at all to be able to nail down your target audience and be able to expand in your other brands. Now, Mother's Day is coming up, and obviously, since your brand is Planet Motherhood, you must celebrate mothers all the time. Are there any special sales or initiatives coming up for the 2019 Mother's Day that you would be able to share with our listeners?
We always try and bring trendy new items to the site, and they will see a lot of new dresses, new denim, and new tops that they'll really want to wear for their baby showers, for Mother's Day, for picnics, for barbecues. And we're very excited because we think that we're on trend with all the stuff that they want.
Awesome. And yeah, there's not that many brands that really champion motherhood in the way that Planet Motherhood does. What do you guys think about how you're kind of bringing that to the forefront for these moms that are young moms or looking for more stylish clothing that maybe they can't find anywhere else?
I think that the fact that Zulily puts out a new site every single day where they're basically almost like creating a newspaper. Every single day is a new set of styles with new events that are really tailored with specific taglines and looks and feels, like corals in the reef and everything's got coral and beach themey looks to it, or cozy cabin and everything's got plaids and flannels and really cute and desirable clothing that's specific to a type of event and will catch the customer's interest, is what really helps continue to make the items look and feel special every single day to the new customers or the returning customers to their site.
And my last question for you both is, what advice would you give to other women who want to start their own businesses?
Well, the first thing I would tell them is they should not let the men in the industry treat them anything less than equal. We have so much as a female that we're bringing to the table. We give birth, we nurture children, we have breast pumps, we go to work and have to manage all of that. And we do it very easily. And I think they don't realize what we have inside of us to help bring that to the table as a woman.
I also think something special that excites us about owning and running a business as women are the endless possibilities. In today's world, being a woman is a little different from when my mom started the company, and I give her a lot of credit plugging through all of those crazy years that she had to stand up to the men in the industry. But now I see it as an even more endless opportunity where nobody tells you no, nobody says you can't try something. Everyone's kind of brought up to believe you can do anything. And as long as you sort of keep that momentum going in your mind, knowing that growth is possible, success is possible, just keep trying. Nothing can stand in your way, and the sky is truly your limit. I would say it's an uphill battle, but as long as you stick with it and you don't give up, being a woman is not easy. You do have to balance that family life work, but you do also have the opportunity to make as many hours in your day count if you're running your own business. So I think it's definitely a wonderful opportunity if you can try and fit that into your lifestyle.
That is excellent advice for anybody, retail and beyond. A woman looking to start her own business can definitely draw strength from that, because as we're seeing more and more women start making their own startups, launching their own products, definitely, hopefully, making more headway into retail with women leaders everywhere. So I just want to thank you, Debbie and Ariella, for joining me on this episode of Women in Retail Talks.
Thank you so much for having us.
We were delighted. Thanks so much.
Thanks for listening. For more information on this podcast, please check out our podcast channel page at wirlc.com/podcasts for show notes. Women in Retail Talks is available on Apple Podcasts, Google Play, Stitcher, TuneIn, and now on Spotify. Make sure to subscribe on our podcast channel page as well. If you've enjoyed this episode, please take a few moments to rate and review this podcast. Thanks, and until next time, this has been Women in Retail Talks.